head here, that's the thing. Okay, now we are live. Okay, so on Facebook, we are live on YouTube and Twitch. So we got to start kind of over here, Jaws. We got Jaws from the Harmony Chronicles here at his regular Tuesday. Got to say, we're about 20 minutes late. But technical difficulties in this cold is driving us crazy here. Jaws, how the heck are you, man? I haven't seen you in like 3 weeks. You've been hiding on me.
That's right. That's right. I've been busy and been doing a lot. I hear it's minus 32 where you are. I'm in balmy southern island, and it's only -7 here. So in Canada, we're calling it the Bahamas.
Yeah, well, you might as well, but for where you are, it's the Arctic.
Oh yeah,
I
and
gotta tell you. So
there's a
what's going
foot of
on, man? What's going on in music? Tell us what you got planned, man. A lot of stuff happening. Like, holy, the music industry is just blowing up.
Well, it's kind of taken the lead from the rest of the world. Everything's in flux right now, everything. And so is the music industry. A lot of big changes happening. And in 2022, we saw some big things. And I'm going to talk about what's going to be coming in 2023, because that's real big for you, me, and the Pierce Media Group. So without too much further ado, Don, I'm going to get going here.
Well,
And
do that.
there you go. So I want you, first I want to say hello and welcome. This is Views and Muse on the entertainment industry. I'm with Harmony Chronicles magazine, and I'm the editor there. And for the next half hour or so, I'd like to share some thoughts about 2022, the events that shaped it, and how independent artists of every genre, because of these events, are also affected. And the fans. Fans are out there and they're affected by everything that happens in this conglomerate called the music industry. And the fans, they support the businesses and the venues and the supply companies. There's a lot we all rely on to be the artists or the fans. And but first off, we all rely on gratitude. So let's get that done, because I'm got a lot of gratitude here. First of all, as the editor of Harmony Chronicles magazine, I'd like to thank everybody that's out there that's read the magazine, participated, contributed, all the people that have given their patronage, support, articles, feedback throughout 2022. I'm very grateful for that support, and it has been awesome. The magazine is swiftly growing. It's serving its purpose, being the voice and being a showcase for independent musicians, independent artists, and independent fans. Get your voice, because Harmony Chronicles magazine and the Pierce Media Group, they are that voice for the independent musicians. I want to single out Don Pierce, and he's the head of Pierce Media Group. And I'd like to thank him for his vision, his determination, his undying support for independent musicians and artists everywhere. His radio broadcasts on Cat Country Radio and Cat Power Hit Radio. His support for Harmony Chronicles magazine. This man, oh, and for Cherokee Nation Radio, of course. I wouldn't want to forget anything. And for every independent artist that's out there, I'm guaranteeing you that Don Pierce wishes you well. And Harmony Chronicles magazine and the Pierce Media Group, we're very eager to keep that going throughout 2023. So what happened in 2022 anyway? There's a lot to try and catch up on and figure out. And there were some large world events. The latest being, I suppose, the World Cup soccer. I am going to talk about the soccer just for a little bit, because it's a segue to music, and you'll like that part. It's the world's largest event, the world's largest sporting event, and it could be argued it's the largest viewed event in the world. And Argentina beats France in it. And but there were a couple of good things that happened this time around. An African nation made it to the semifinals. That's called progress, because everywhere in the world, if your athletes are doing better, if your independent musicians are doing better, if your artists are doing better, they're contributing to the economy and everything else. And that's what's happening in Africa. It's making strides. And I'm very, very proud of that Moroccan team for making the semifinals. In the end, the superstars shone brightly, and the teamwork that got them there supported them. It's just like the music industry. You know, you can keep going and keep going, and what you've got is a bedrock of up and coming musicians. They're called the independents. And in the end, yeah, you get the superstars, they hug all the, you know, the powerful dominant media, but it's the independent musicians that are out there, and they're feeding that pipeline of artistry that goes up so that the top can be the top. So it's kind of interesting. Drake bet $1 million. He's a musician, and he bet $1 million on the sporting event. Could have won 2.75 million, but he didn't.
Wouldn't you like to be able to do that? Wouldn't you like to be able to, you know, just take $1 million, throw it away?
I mean, so you got to say, music has done him good, right? And the funny thing is, he bet that they'd win, and yet there you go. He didn't win the bet because they only tied at the end of time. So Drake lost his money, but it makes for a great story. But there's so many parallels between sports and the arts. And when the world's best are concerned, it all gets down to corporate, doesn't it? And at that level, it's the same as corporate or label run. The enterprise, be it a soccer legend or a rock star, if you get to the top, everything is run through the corporate channels. A couple of levels down, the marketing layers, we get to the vast majority of enthusiastic lifetime musicians and artists or sports enthusiasts. And these are the majority. They're serious, they're full-time, they're independent professionals. Regardless, these driven people are, they make things happen. The corporate marketing machine, the venues and the shows and the media dominance and the controlled events, that's all an upper layer that we're not privy to, and we don't even want to be there. What we want to be is the real voice of independent music that comes from the heart of altruistic artists and people that have grown up holding their instrument, playing their instrument, and wanting to make things happen. And so what happened in 2022 that affects that balance, that corporate and independent balance? Well, I'm telling you, independent musicians around the world can, and artists, they can all rejoice because the gap is changing. There's more independent vinyl being sold than vinyl for the superstars. Think about that for a moment. For the people that really care about music, man, there it is. They'll go out and buy vinyl for the independents because of the quality of the song making and the production and everything that goes else into it. And so vinyl is more popular in the independent. Gotta love it. The people that know are choosing the right things. So
yeah, I love the fact that vinyl's coming back. I really do.
Yeah, thanks, Don. It's such a big thing right now. I kept my vinyl through it all. I've still got the original Bee Gees album, you know, from the 60s.
Well, yeah, you know what? I can imagine that you would. I really do can imagine that you would have it anyway. You know,
Yeah.
and why? I bet you, I bet you 100 different albums that I don't play anymore just because I don't have the record player to play it anymore. And I've been looking for one, you know, since I got into this. And man, it's like you're buying them back in the early 90s, where, you know, in the late 80s, where they're $300, $400, $500 just for the player now, for a good one anyway, right?
Oh yeah. Well, you know, it just passing that along. Back in the 70s, I bought my turntable for just over $1,000. Yeah, I was spending some good coin on my stereo back then, but I still have that record player that both my sons used to train themselves in the home built garage turn studio, and the albums that they would either drum along or play along to. And I have all of that. It's one of the great memories I have of watching my two sons, begin to climb that independent ladder.
Yeah, I see a lot more of the independent artists. Like some of the stuff they send us here as gifts at the station are more and more vinyl. And I really appreciate it. Like Shelley Lynch sent me a full vinyl. Travis Pickering sent me some vinyl now. Like it's really getting popular.
It sure is, and gotta love it. So let's see. Yeah, I'm going to give you some views on things right now, and of course, these are my views. They're not the show's views. But they might be the show's views, but they're my views. In fact, sometimes they're not even my views because things come out of my mouth sometimes where I'm not, in control of it. And I only hear it first as a spoken word. However, these views, I intend to keep them good. What's happened in 2022 that affects us? Inflation. How does that affect independent artists? Well, the cost of everything is more. The cost of housing yourself, the cost of your studio, the cost of getting there, feeding yourself, the cost of supplies. And then high interest rates comes along. They're trying to block the inflation for you. But now if you want to buy a new piece of gear, you're also saddled with the higher interest rate. And you got the gas that's gone up. How does this affect musicians and artists? And then you got the Ukraine war. So all of these things now on a global level are affecting the way we do our day-to-day business. Everything is being hit. We hit a population of 8 billion people on this planet in 2022. I'd like to mention that 1.7 billion of those do not have a bank account. That's the kind of world we live in. Yeah, that's true. That's
why wouldn't they have a bank account, Jaws?
Because that's how we never hear about the people that we keep in the lowest dredges of society, I guess. It's very, very surprising and sad that in a world where we can connect to just about everybody, where nearly 22% of us don't even have a bank account. Now, the ongoing pandemic. This thing has been going on now since 2020. And only this year are the international borders open again. So out of all those things I've mentioned, inflation, interest, gas, Ukrainian war, the population at 8 billion, the pandemic, what does all that mean? Well, people go out less. They have less entertainment dollars. More Americans smoke pot than cigarettes now. That's 16% to 12%. That means they're going to be happy and hungry hanging out at home. And
that's kind of incredible, but
I wonder
what the statistics are here in Canada,
I don't know, but what I'm saying is that as an independent artist, how do we utilize all this information? Well, it tells me that independent artists have an uphill battle, and getting support from an integrated music group is the kind of exposure required for any independent artist. Here at Pierce Media Group, we integrate radio, magazine, TV to support artists through our networks. Exposure with Harmony Chronicles magazine and the Pierce Media Group, that's what we do. We have a global reach, and we have diverse partners. We can reach deeply into the world's growing at-home audience. Think of that for a sec. Online, reaching the people through a media network that's designed to meet these people that through circumstance are going to be at home more than they're going to be in the clubs and bars. So maybe online entertainment is the place to start going. Now, last week I had an interview with somebody that's getting into the music industry, been on the side for quite a while, a successful entrepreneur. And this gentleman is figuring out a way to build a greater structure for the independent artists so that we can democratize the economy that's available for the independent artists. I'm going to be talking, in fact, it's going to be on the cover of the January issue of Harmony Chronicles magazine. And we're looking forward to sharing all the details of this new platform that's going to be working in tandem with us. Ain't that right, Don?
Yeah, it is. And it's you're talking about Barry Perkins from HydeMusic.com, new music kind of format. I call it the YouTube Facebook for musicians in the entertainment world, all wrapped into one. Is basically what I call it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's got all the bells and whistles and literally all the buttons too to make this new platform is a one-stop. It's like a podium for every single independent artist out there.
Yeah, and Josh, it really is, and it's I know the Pierce Media Group has transferred everything to Hive Music now, like from the TV stations to the radio stations. Any plans to transfer the Harmony over that direction, or are you going to stay with the social media that Harmony's got right now?
Well, we're going to be talking about that. We want to see both. We want to make the correct steps as we expand, and expanding too quickly is often the fall of many businesses. We'll take measured steps, but it certainly would be the tagline, if you will, for Barry Perkins and the Hived is that they want to be everything for the artists and for independent artists and for fans. Well, that's our tagline, to serve independent artists and the fans and to make the independent industry a cohesive, effective podium for people to launch their careers with. And I think that Barry's doing that. So, we're very similar. We have our philosophies are the same. So yeah, I think we're going to be together, JD.
Yeah, it's quite the platform. I had the opportunity to talk to Barry myself in a little one-on-one conversation, and his vision is sure lined up with what Pierce Media and my vision was when we started this whole ball of wax here. And it's nice to be able to sit down and chat with somebody that actually has that vision, that has that same vision to dedicate what we have and what we've built to the independent artist. And when you talk to Barry, he never once, ever mentioned commercial artists. It's always about what he can do for somebody else and the independents. Now, with this platform, you're going to be able to sell merch. You're going to be able to live stream events. You're going to be able to charge for these live stream events and make the money for yourself, which is a pretty interesting concept.
Well, on top of that too, Don, the other thing about the merch is if you've been to a band or of a band and you really like them and you got some time on your hands, you can actually go out and sell that merch and you can take a cut from that too. And it's an affiliate marketing program that may well be in there as well. So he's thought of everybody, the fan, the artist, and all the people that keep this industry going. He's got a piece in there for everybody, and it looks like a powerful platform. So next issue,
I really enjoyed talking with him about what he's planning with the independent artist.
Yeah,
and it's not only for musicians; it's for businesses, musicians, anything to do with music. So it's kind of everything in one shot right there.
Yeah, and it could even go beyond that. I like the way the concept. He has another business that it seems to be working well. He's got things figured out. He's put the money into the platform. That's pretty obvious. So I think that that's going to be the biggest thing that we're going to be looking at in 2023 is how to provide that voice and platform for the independent artists and to continue making it a bigger platform, not so that we can compete with corporate dominance of mainstream media, but so that we can be a realistic, powerful alternative. We don't want to wipe out powerful mainstream media. Let them have their playground. We want to play over here where the independent artists are.
Well, yeah, and somebody's got to actually stand up for these independent artists, and I'm pretty vocal about it, the fact that our independent artists now, they got to be like a million streams now or something like that to get, even recognized on Spotify, dollars and cents wise. And, and I'm pretty vocal about the fact that, this whole thing's got to change, right? Like the industry's got to change where these people are making money.
Well, Barry called out one number to me, and I'm just going to pull it in off the top of my head, and that was after 365,000 Spotify views, the artist made, I believe it was $147.
That's ridiculous.
Now that's absolutely off the top ridiculous. Of my head. That's off the top of my head. I could be out by $1 or $2, but these people are not. They're still ordering their hamburgers without cheese. Let me tell you.
No, that's a great way to put it. Ordering their hamburgers without cheese. Love it. Love it. So anything else happening, buddy?
Well, yeah, it's kind of interesting. There's been a lot going on overall. But there's just so little to talk about if you get rid of the top layer of who were the top albums in 2022. You can talk about Bad Bunny and Zach Bryan and The Weeknd and Beyonce and Taylor Swift. You can talk about Will Smith slapping somebody at the Oscars, or you can talk about Kanye West's year-long meltdown, or how Elon Musk is trying to mess everybody up in their Twitter, and that the Queen left. But really, the only thing that's important to me is what a lot of us, who are the people that we're following? Who are the people that, what's happening in the independent scene? And that's, again, the cohesive structure that's starting to show up. I believe that at the end of 2023, the independent music scene is going to be the one of the most talked about things, because everybody is staying at home. You're at home audience now. They've got 4K TVs. They've got super audio systems. They've got skip the dishes. They can just sit there in front of the TV, and independent artists can make the screen time choice for them. And that's what we're doing with Cat TV, Don, and that's what we're going to keep doing. And broadcasting these shows live. We're going to make it easy for people to have watch parties at home, and for independent artists, dance parties at home, so that independent artists can continue making money and augment their income by ways of what Pierce Media can do for them. How's that sound, Don?
That sounds pretty darn good and right to the point. I can tell you that. We work hard and we strive hard here to showcase independent artists. Like right now, we're playing a song a day for 365 days of independent artist music from today right through till next Christmas. We will be posting a YouTube video of an independent artist for 365 days just to focus and let people know that there is an independent artist scene out there and they're great at what they do. So go over to our Facebook page. What we're asking you to do on JD and Cat, the Pierce Media Group, Cat TV, JK Willows has got her hand in this too.
Oh, that's some great reading there too. Nice daily reads.
Yeah, JK, she came to us from another place. She's a blogger, I guess that's what they call her. Have some great conversations with her. She's got her hands in this, and what we really want you to do is take that video that we post and share it. We're calling it the gift of music, and we want to share that gift with as many people as we can get. So hit us up on Facebook, JD on Cat TV, The Don Pierce Show, Harmony Chronicles, wherever you can find anything to do with the Pierce Media Group. Go there, repost that post, and let's get the gift of music out there, folks.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that, let's see, I had one more thought, but apparently it went out my right ear. I don't know. To wrap things up, for me anyway, want to make sure that you all know we're looking for content. We're looking for your stories on concerts you might have attended, or why you got into music, or how your dad is the most influential person to your songwriting career, whatever that is. A little tidbits here and there, maybe recipes. Got some great recipes in the submission folder this month, and I'd love to get some more. Help Arlene out. She's got a few ready for January, and tell us where you're going to be, what your plans are for 2023 as an independent artist. You can get some of the spots on those pages that are still open in the Harmony Chronicles magazine. Get your global exposure, because we are advertising around the world. Get yourself in the magazine, get yourself heard. If you're a fan, tell us your best story. It'll show up in there. It'll be on the blog. It's good for everybody to share. So that's what I'm asking you to do in 2023. Please share your stories, your ideas, your thoughts about independent music. Get them over to us. We're going to publish them in the magazine, on the blog. We're going to talk about it on the radio stations, and you might even get interviewed for the TV station. Well, that all depends on how good you look and how well you talk, but still.
Well, they put me on there, so I don't know what that changes, but I get to go on there, so I ain't the best looking dude in the world. I was just looking at the camera here now, and on the screen, Terry just popped me up here into where I can see everything, and I'm doing the old typing with the people, and I'm looking at it, and boy, do I've got hat head today. I didn't even get purdied up for this. Well, minus 32 here, man, an extreme cold warning. So if you're out and about and, in Western Canada, anywhere, it is cold. Even on the island, it is cold for the island at -7. Here, minus 32. Going to get colder, but jeepers Nelly, then next week in the plus temperatures here. Craziness. But, from us to you at the Don Pierce Show, we want to tell everybody having a happy holidays from us here at the Pierce Media Group, and of course from the Harmony Chronicles over there. Our last show before Christmas, man. It's so great to have you here every Tuesday. The little hiatus you took was, I kind of missed you every Tuesday. I look forward to our conversations.
Yeah, well, sometimes that gets in the way of the things that you want to do, but here we are, and I feel, we want to keep the voice going, and we want to keep building the synergy we have. So keep telling us your stories, and if you send stories into me and I want to talk about it on the Tuesday morning show, that's the way that'll be too. I'll mention it.
That's right. Now we got to mention our good friends at Big Records. Pamela is here with us on Facebook. Hi, Pamela. We support Big Records. In Thule, because they have a list of great artists. www.bigrecords.world, which is not hard to remember. .world is a whole different ending to life. When he came up with that, I thought, geez, what a good thing. You're on Big Records, representing independent artists worldwide, just as the same as we do. Of course, we are a team with them, along with Rise Up TV, another Big Records company that supports independent artists around the world. It is a great organization ran by Mark Rosner of the Rosner Group. And of course, man, it has just gone leaps and bounds. I just actually interviewed Jimmy Allen Sign
Yeah.
on my show, and he's a co-owner and of course a character of Rise Up. So I don't know where the future of where that's going to go, but they're talking History Channel and Discovery and all kinds of things. It's pretty cool.
It's very cool. There's a lot of things happening, and the world is changing. I think everybody's looking for what the new flame is going to be in 23, and we're intending to be part of it. Except we're the torch.
Yeah, we are. We're carrying the banner here. So, if you're on Facebook here, or Twitch or YouTube, hit us up on our Facebook channels for, of course, the song of the day. The gift of music. We're going to share that around. If you're a big records artist, get your music into us here because you could be, part of that. And it's 365 days of music, giving the gift of music. So, anyway, Joss, I gotta let you go here because I got things to do, man.
Okay, well, I'm going to throw in a Merry Ho 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 and Merry Christmas to everybody. I have a Happy New Year, and let's get out there and make independent the way to go. To be part of the power group, you want to be an independent artist with Pierce Media Group. Merry Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas to everybody. And I want to add that you can hit up Jaws at theharmonychronicles.com. Check it out. You can also get into submissions at harmonychronicles.com and get your
harmonychroniclesmagazine.com.
Well, there you go. harmonychroniclesmagazine.com.
Yeah.
There, read your submissions, get your submissions into him, recipes, stories, whatever. We are going to be starting a new contest coming up here in January, I believe it is, with the Pierce Media Group and, of course, Rise Up, Big Records, and the Harmony, where you will be featured and get a full promotion package from us just for winning the best story hitting the Chronicles, which is pretty cool because
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's worth a few bucks. I got to tell you that. I can't give you the number because that's Tim's job. Tim Steinruck, our president and chief operating guy. That's his kind of decision. He handles that money stuff. I don't get into that. So that's like you. Me and you are just the slop. We just do our jobs, and Tim just snaps the whip every once in a while. But anyway, everybody, thank you, Jaws from the Harmony Chronicles, for being here with us, man. I enjoy talking to you. Merry Christmas to you, my friend, and your wife.
Thank you, Don. Merry Christmas to you and yours, to the whole world. I'm wishing you peace and joy. Bye for now.
Everybody. Merry Christmas from the Pierce Media Group, Cat Country Radio, and of course the Harmony Chronicles. Thank you for joining us here on the morning show where we talk entertainment with the Harmony. Hey, we'll see you not next Tuesday because it's holidays, the Tuesday after that, and we'll talk just before the New Year, Jaws, and you can tell us what's going on for New Year's Eve and all these artists going on, man.
Yeah.
So everybody, thank you for joining us. We do appreciate you. Come on over to www.piercemediagroup.com. Check out the radio stations. You can find the Harmony there, Hive Music's links there, and of course, Big Records link is right there too. Go in and check them out. Welcome and thank you. Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you later.
Merry Christmas.